for the past 15 years, one theme of my life has been when I find something that makes me uncomfortable, I do it. I mean, that is, I feel like I can't look you in the eye, Lynn, and tell you to step outside your comfort zone if I'm not going to do it. So I decided, a friend asked me if I wanted to go skydiving. Has anyone here ever been skydiving before? Okay, who here would, if they haven't, would like to go skydiving at some time? Okay, oh, very, very cool. By the way, that's the kind of question you ask, like half the room is like, yeah, I want to go. The other half is out the door running away from you. So I decided to go skydiving and with some friends, and as we're going up to the skydiving facility, we're getting all psyched up. We're getting all pumped up, right? We're talking about a car full of guys. It gets out of control, right? And we're just all psyched up. And then we get to the skydiving facility, which is up in Pepperell, Massachusetts, the northern tip of Massachusetts, right on the New Hampshire-Nashville border. And the second I get there, I was furious. Turns out, you have to be attached to some guy at your back. I'm like, I don't need this. I can pull my own cord, because I remember the whole car went up. We're just all macho, And so now I'm all frustrated that I have to be attached to some guy at my back. So, we go back and forth, and I'm pleading. I'm like, I can pull my own cord. I got this. And the guy, the facility guy, is like, no. So finally, I give in and I say, okay, fine, let's just do this. Whatever. So next thing that happens is you pay, and then they take you into a room called the waiver room. And the waiver room is a room, by the way, no bigger than from about here. It couldn't be more than 200-300 square feet. And on one side are some chairs, and on the other side is a TV. And on the TV, they show a video of an attorney telling you the 300 ways that you can die. It's awesome. So just to give you an idea, so she's not very dynamic either. So she's trying to maintain eye contact with the camera. So she'll do this. She'll say, you can die from skydiving because your parachute doesn't open. You can die from skydiving because your skydiving instructor dies and you'll probably die. And goes on for about 10 minutes about all the ways you're going to die. And so now I'm starting to get a little nervous, but I got this, sign the waiver. I got this. This is going to be easy. So next thing that happens is you meet your skydiving instructor. My guy's name was Jason. And when I say this, I mean this with all honesty, all sincerity. This guy was insane. He had on, picture this, he had on a giant cat in the hat with a bicycle helmet strap to hold it on in the air. This is my guy. So we go through about 30 minutes of instruction, which was, by the way, much more than I thought it would be. I thought this would be easy, just jump out, right? No, because if you're falling one way, you put your hands up this way. If you're falling the other way, you put your hands up this way. You got to keep your feet up, landing, obviously very important. A lot of stuff. And so now I'm starting to get a little nervous, right? So next thing that happens is you strap, before you get onto the plane, you strap up. And so they because of regulation, they make you strap up before you get onto the plane. And so you do I think they call it like a light strap, right? So you're not fully hooked on, but you're attached to each other. And so we connect, me and Jason. And I just want to say, I have nothing against Jason. I just don't know him. Ladies can always appreciate this. And so I do what I call the skydiving waddle. Hips out, waddling right onto that plane, right? And we waddle on, and we get onto the plane. And we get onto the plane, and there's a balance beam seat that we strap into. I look back, and there's some 25-year-old girl. I don't know. Maybe she was even younger. She was like 22, right? So we'll call her. She was a girl. And I look back, and she's all excited. So we become like skydiving buddies instantly. We're just like, yeah. Plane takes off. And it's a small plane. This is a baby plane, so it's like, woo, right? And so now my heartbeat I'm starting to get nervous. And you know when your heartbeat, you go from feeling it, I mean, we've all felt our heartbeat, right? When we're nervous, but when it's so strong, yeah, you hear it. You hear it. So, but I'm good, I got this is easy. I look back at the girl and she's still like, yeah. And then we get to 13,000 feet, which is jumping altitude. And they do something that seemed like a really bad idea. They open the door. Suddenly, all the blood that's in my face, gone. I'm freaking out. I look back at that girl, though, and she's still like, yeah, yeah. I hate that girl. And then suddenly it occurs to me, in my moment of freaking out, I realize, thank you, God, that I'm attached to this man on my back. And I learned something in the next few minutes, because, by the way, it happens really fast. I mean, literally 45 seconds. I mean, everyone, door opens and there's boo, boo, and we were near the cockpit, so we were one of the last. So we're just like, boo. And so you get to the door, which, by the way, small detail, not there. And just like we practice, okay? Knees bent. By the way, any issues that Jason and I had, we're cool now. We're good. We're good. Just want to clear that air on that one. On a 3 count, just like we practiced. 1, 2, time out for just 1 second. Right as I'm here, I'm outside of the plane, he's in, so I'm like a dog with his head out the window. I'm just like, 1, 2, and right before we said 3, I don't know if I said it or I dreamt it, but I look back and I say, you know what you're doing, right? He never answered. 3, and we fall out the plane. Now, by the way, for those of you that ever go skydiving, the first 3 seconds, you're tumbling, you are convinced you're dead. Like dead. You come to peace with whatever you come to peace with. It's been a good run. But you know what? It occurred to me, it was the most incredible experience of my entire life, ever. And it occurred to me afterwards, you know, we don't always have someone like Jason there to push us. You know, what I find is, in my first book, which was more of a leadership book, I met with a couple hundred of the most successful people that I could possibly get to speak to me. And I mean, I got some really good people. And what I found is that the number one thing that holds people back from accomplishing whatever it is they want, outside of sales, just in life, is not that they went after it and they just failed. It's that they just never took that step. They never took that step. Most people die with regret because they live inside of that comfort zone. You know, Teddy Roosevelt, this is one of my favorite quotes, and he said that the only person who makes no mistakes is the person that never does anything. So if you walk away with nothing else today, and it's just this, be willing to step outside your comfort zone, roll up your sleeves, and yeah, you're gonna scrape your knees, you're gonna bump elbows, break a few fingernails, whatever, it's part of the game. But if you are willing to take that step, apply what you are going to learn in the next few days, I'm telling you that every single person here has it within them to find their own sales greatness.